What's going on, guys? This is Pikachu OTC from Simple Trade. Welcome to another weekly review. But in this weekly review, I will be talking about potential runners for the next week and in the near future. We will not talk about some runners from the past week. I will only talk about stocks that were discussed on our Discord channel that have the best chances to make a nice run, and most of them did not start the run yet. So let's begin. The first stock of this weekly review will be the company NSPT. Now, NSPT is an Alpha Ridge custodian stock. Before I'll continue, there is one important thing you need to know about Alpha Ridge custodian stocks, and that they have three clauses to protect shareholders. The first one, there will be no reverse split. The second one, there will be no unnecessary dilution. And the third one, there will be no AS increase. Now, those three parameters are very good for the shareholders, because now that we know there will be no unnecessary dilution and no reverse split, you can rely on the chart and see the current prices compared to the previous prices. And because that there was no dilution, you can know and see that the stock has the potential to go up to those highs once again if the merger will be good and satisfying. Now let's see what NSPT can bring us. You can see on the chart that it right now at the support level of 0016, it broke a pretty strong support over half a year and looks like it's now consolidating on the 0014 and 0015 right here. And you can see that it was previously at the prices of 0072, and because that there was no dilution, you know that this stock has the potential to go to this price and even higher if the merger will be good. One more thing about NSPT is the float, 2.2 billion shares only per the latest filing, and it was previously an SSM monopoly custodianship stock, but it was transferred to Alpha Ridge Capital. Now, the latest update from NSPT is that the share cancellation of 3.3 billion shares has been approved by the court and will be submitted to the transfer agent for removal. Alpha Ridge will apply to transfer of control to OTC markets and will be providing updates. So the transfer of control has already been made. The 3.3 billion shares has already been cancelled, and now waiting for OTC markets and the transfer agent to update it so everyone could see the current OS and the current float. And that is it about NSPT. The next one is the company PRDL. Now, PRDL has the same exact story, just like NSPT is a custodianship from Alpha Ridge. It is a shell company with the float of 4.3 billion shares. It had about 4.5 billion share reduction lately, and right now is at the support levels of 0011 and 0012. You can see from the chart that it was traded at the prices of 0043 and that there was no dilution. So you know that the potential for PRDL is to go to these prices if they will have a good merger, and even higher if it will be a great merger. Because the float is 4.3 billion, you will need more volume than usual to make the stock go up or down, and it is right now pending merger. The next one is the company MNDP, another Alpha Ridge custodianship stock, also waiting for merger. Everything is done. It is a clean shell pink current stock with the float of 1.1 billion shares only, though it is traded much thinner. The level 2 action shows that the current float is around the 500 to 600 million, and thus the current price at the 0071. You can see that it's near this leg at the 0065, and that it was traded at the prices of 0189, and very recently, only 2 to 3 months ago, it was traded at the 013. So also here, strong potential for a runner if or when the merger will hit, and if or when it'll be good. You can see that there is a potential for 200% from the current levels. The next Alpha Ridge custodianship stock that is ready and pending merger is the company CIVX. CIVX, and as you can see from the chart, it was traded at the prices of 0.135, and right now we're at the prices of 0.026. Looks like there is a new support at the price of 0.022, 0.021, and the float of the company is around 1.9 billion shares only. Remember, there is no dilution, so the potential here for CIVX is to go all the way up above the penny mark if the merger will be good. And what's quite interesting for CIVX is that recently they added 200 million shares to the restricted shares. Now, usually when you add restricted shares, it is for a new director or new CEO to take control of the company by holding these kind of stocks. Mostly it is preferred stocks, but sometimes it is also restricted stock, so that might be interesting for CIVX. Now, the reason that it was traded at these prices over here at the penny mark and above the penny, it is because CIVX already had a merger that was cancelled eventually, and now it is also a pink current clean shell waiting for the next one. But it shows you that the potential for this stock can be the penny mark. And now we will move to the final stock of Alpha Ridge custodianship stocks that are ready for merger, and that stock is ILIM. As you can see, first of all, from the chart, that the stock was traded at the prices of 0.038, 0.045 even, and now it is traded at the price of 0.022 with a new support leg at the price of 0.021. The float of ILIM is 1.5 billion shares only, and again, because there is and will be no dilution, it can go to these previous prices and have a 100% run from this current price, but it only depends if the merger will be satisfying. Now, just like CIVX, ILIM also had a merger candidate, and they almost closed it or even closed it, and that is why it was traded at these prices. But then the merger was cancelled, thus this insane red candle over here. So now it is waiting and pending merger, just like the rest of the four that I covered up. And that is it about ILIM. Now, the final thing I want to show you about these 5 stocks from Alpha Ridge Custodian Stocks is the following tweet that they tweeted on April 15th, saying that PRDL, CIVX, ILIM, MNDP, and NSPT are all ready to go. Alpha Ridge wants revenue generating base and ambitious CEO who would not do RS or destroy shareholders' value through unreasonable dilution and or toxic notes. And one more thing about JPEGs, that it will follow after the agreement with Mr. Hovendick. So all of these 5 shells are ready to go and pending merger, and any day you can find and see a new tweet from Alpha saying that they sign an LOI, and most of these 5 stocks are at a very strong support, so the risk reward from those levels can be huge. And now we'll move on to a next stock which is not related to Alpha Ridge custodianship. That stock is NGCG. This is also a shell company waiting reverse merger. This time it is on Karen Courier and Daniel Sobolowski. It is a pink current information stock with a very nice float according to the latest filing of 178 million shares only, which is a very good and low float for a company that is seeking a reverse merger. Now, if we will go back and look at the chart, we can see that the stock was traded at the prices of 0.09, which is absolutely insanely high. We're talking about almost 1,000% from the current levels, and the reason that it was traded at these prices is because of a speculation of a reverse merger, a company that was supposed to merge into NGCG back in May 2021. So you can see the insane potential for NGCG. Now, why there is a possibility for the next update in the near future? Well, that is because they opened a new Twitter account that was confirmed by Karen Carrier, in which they said, "This month we will announce some news, NGCG." Now, they opened that Twitter on April 2022, and we are now heading to the last trading week of April, meaning that according to that tweet, we will see some news this week, which are probably connected to the next merger company that will go into NGCG, or some updates overall about this shell. Either way, it will be very, very exciting and interesting to see what that news is going to be, as they hasn't released any news since 2016. And now let's move on to the next stock of this weekly review, and that stock is ARGQ. As you can see on the chart, it is now consolidating on this channel between the 0062 to the 0095, and we covered up this stock on one of the previous weekly reviews this April, and we talked about the potential that it has, as they mentioned they will close the LOI this month. Now they still hasn't closed the LOI, meaning that this week, the last week of April, should be closed. Also, the data source tweeted, TDS update, we are still working hard and our lawyer is working through the paper on the LOI with ARGQ. There are no delays currently. For legal reasons, we cannot comment on anything else. The next move is ARGQ's. Thank you, have a great weekend. So they are saying there is no delay, meaning this week this LOI should get signed and closed and completely finish the merger. So keep your eyes out for ARGQ this week. Now, the final stock of this weekly review is the company HIRU. It is a water and ice company looking for new business in the Arizona area. It is a pink current information stock with a very nice float of 1.2 billion shares, no dilution, no plans for a reverse split, and their previous latest tweets are what is most interesting for this week. On April 18th, they tweeted, spent Easter looking for a major water company to acquire on the East Coast, looking for ways to do the merger without disturbing the share structure, which is very good news, because if they are looking for ways to do the merger without disturbing the share structure, that means that the market cap of the company will remain the same and they will not add any shares to the public float, as that is what they are trying to acquire. One day later, they tweeted, due diligence on an acquisition is coming back strong. So we will update more when LOI is going to happen. And 2 days later, they tweeted, LOI going out on Monday, which is this week's Monday, the first trading day of the week. Hopefully we can come to terms and close by the end of May. We'll update when we get response. So per those tweets, we should expect an LOI this Monday with a major water company. We still don't know what that company is, but the current market cap of HIRU is $9.9 million. So any water company that worth more than $10 million should be very, very good for the stock. It is currently traded at this channel between the 0050 to the 0063. And with a good LOI, it can easily go and break the channel for the next one between the 0063 and the 0080. Now, there are some more updates with HIRU, like share cancellation and financials for the first quarter that will be filed next week. But our eyes should be on Monday and on the LOI that should get signed and published this week. That was it about this weekly review, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to drop a like, comment down below, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification button so you don't miss any other future videos. If you are not on our Discord channel, make sure to go right in the description and join our community, because we bring value and we talk about all of those stocks that are at the bottom, that have great catalyst ahead, and that they have the massive potential to blow absolutely up. Once again, thank you for watching the video, and I wish you all a green and a profitable week.